Are you listening?
The Running Wrestling Podcast. Enter week the right way fast. Step into the ring with us, no DQ, just trust. The Running Wrestling Podcast.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the Running Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, Big Mike, and I am joined, as always, by my friend, my brother, my partner, my co-host, Sped Rock. What's going on, Sped?
No, you did get in there for a second. You did get in there where you went like, the Japanese movies, but and you're done talking.
Yeah,
I love it.
It may be interesting. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're joining us, it may be an interesting stream. We've got some storms in my area. There are storms in Sped's area, so it may affect the Wi-Fi. So we apologize if the stream sounds weird at some point. It is technical difficulties, and there's nothing we can do about it. We apologize.
None. How you doing over here with the How About Them Dogs? What is it? How about them?
What's up,
effing dogs?
Randy.
Randy.
That is Randy.
That's who
from
it
the
is.
How About Them Effing Dogs podcast. Great Georgia Bulldogs and college football podcast. Met Randy through the next commenters, the Herb and Raj podcast. Very good friends of them, very good friends of mine. I've become friends with Randy and have been friends with Herb and Raj for a long time. I was talking about earlier, I'll actually be at Herb's house tomorrow watching the Alabama-Oklahoma playoff game, so hopefully that goes well. Also say hello to Lady Alpha of the Running Wrestling Divas podcast. Make sure you check out all of these podcasts. I know Herb and Raj is on Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. The Wrestling Divas is on Tuesday at 6 o'clock. These are all Central Time because that's the time zone I am in. Figure it out yourself wherever you live.
6, 7 o'clock.
Randy is on a couple of nights. They actually go live a little after us with the Powers Hour during football season, normal football season. I don't know if they're doing a show tonight. He also has a show on Wednesday, I believe. Randy, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's on Wednesdays or maybe it's Tuesdays. One of those. It's one of the days. I apologize. I don't know exactly what day because I usually catch the replay. But welcome in, everybody. And we also had our normal TC with the Yeet.
No Yeet. That's what I thought, though. It was 6. And I messed up.
It is. I said all times are Central because that's my time.
Oh, no. She said 6 Eastern, 5 Central. That's what I was like. That's why I said 6.
What did I say? 6 Central?
You said 6 Central, yeah. 7 Eastern.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, my bad. It's 5 Central. Which tells you right there why I'm always late to their pod. Because I'm usually like 10 to 15 minutes late every pod. Because I'm like, oh, shit. It's that time.
Yeah, I'm usually working. And then I'm like, oh, okay, I got to keep them up.
Yep, Wednesdays at 7 p.m. for the How About Them Dogs podcast. All right. But this is the Running Wrestling Podcast, and you're here to end your wrestling week the right way, so we will jump right into it.
Oh, yeah.
Starting off with SmackDown last week, and I'll let you start out because it's your girl. I'll let you have the spotlight.
She was very impressive. Very impressive in this match to me. You're building the women's tag team division the right way right now. I know that, Asuka and Kairi, they got Rhea and Io right now. But if you look at what they're building with, you got Charlotte and Bliss, Legend and Nia all coming for it as well. There's going to be a fatal 4-way coming up here soon. And that's what I'm looking at it. Maybe the first Raw of January, the Raw of the new year.
Yeah. The Netflix anniversary as they.
Yeah, they are doing a Netflix anniversary.
Yeah, it's January 5th. How did you get shunned, Herb? Did I miss something? I'm not sure how. I don't know.
Let me ask you, though. Are they, in your opinion, because for me, I think they're doing a great freaking job so far, showcasing Lash, right? But to you, let me ask you that. Do you think they're showcasing Lash to a par ability or better.
I mean, I like the way they're doing it. It's definitely letting her come in and getting some singles victories over legends and stuff like that. I mean, especially as quick as the match was. We talked about it on the SmackDown Aftermath with Lady Alpha. She thought it was a little too fast, but I mean, which I can understand as well, especially being an Alexa Bliss fan. You don't want to see her get squashed like that. But it is from a Lash perspective. I think that's probably a good way to do it because it shows how much of a threat she is. So
Well,
I mean,
think
I could see both sides of it depending on who you're a fan of at that point. But yeah, I mean, I think it's a good. I think they've really positioned her strong.
Well, we were talking about this on Good Morning IWC. When we were talking about it, this is how they wanted this right here. Is what they wanted with Jade when she first came in. They wanted that smooth power. They needed someone that was, like really good in the ring that could, build up. Right. That's what I think they're doing with her. They're going to build her up, and then she's going to have a match with Nia. Those two are going to, that's going to happen. They're going to separate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when they have that match, it's going to be phenomenal between those two because it's two powerhouse women. But that's what I'm looking at. I think they're building her way better than they ever built Jade. And Jade's now a champion, and she's looking better than the champion. When she first came in, Jade now is looking great.
Yeah, I mean, it's a different character though, right? I mean, so yeah, Lash has come in, but like we see Lash as the rookie, so it doesn't have to. It's not the same as Jade. When Jade came in, there was almost no way to present her with as much hype as she already had.
Oh yeah,
I think they did a good job with Jade because they did show her as this big. This big deal that came in from the other place, and she's supposed to be a huge star. She's supposed to be all this, but I mean, Lash, it's easier to build her because most people know her from NXT and they know she's not that. She's just coming in to being a badass, and it's more impressive because we really didn't expect it. If that makes sense.
I'm about to answer. Yeah, you're right. I'm about to answer Isaiah. I do not see that. Not women's champion, maybe mid card, yes, but not like women's champion or world champion.
Yeah, she would make a really good fixture in the U.S. Championship
or the
IC. Needs something. Well, I mean, she's on SmackDown, so I'm going to go with U.S. because that's the show. And to me, the U.S. Championship needs a little bit more than the IC. Because the IC is actually being presented very well right now. I mean, look at Maxine, who has really come up since she won the IC. Everybody kind of hated it when she won it. She was getting flack for it as a comedy act and all that, and she's actually turned it around. So good to see what they're doing there. The U.S. title, maybe not so much. It could definitely use some new blood in there.
It could. Yes, you're right. You're right about that.
Speaking of your champions that have had some revitalization and don't need another change, the men's U.S. Championship, we got Tommaso Ciampa and Ilya Dragunov finally. What'd you think?
Just like how I put it in the caption down there. When is round 2? Right? When are we getting round 2? Because this was phenomenal. All shenanigans aside, excuse me real fast. Sorry. Excuse me. All shenanigans aside, at the end, this match from top to bottom definitely hit my top 10 of the year. I'm sorry. All right. WWE has not produced very, very quality matches like this. All right. Even with the shenanigans like that, it definitely hit my top 10 of the year. But yes, no, give me round 2. All right. They put on a fucking classic. All right. Ilya, and I know Stampede. Go ahead.
No, finish your thought because I have a follow-up question. Finish your thought there.
I know Stampede has been talking about how Ilya and Gunther, and there's certain guys that can make people look good. I don't think this match needed anyone else to make you look good because Tommaso Ciampa can make other people look good as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what I was going to get at,
So, and which does lead into my follow-up question. You mentioned your top 10. You mentioned Gunther and Ilya. Yeah, I'm interested to see both you and Stampede. How many of your top 10 matches include Ilya and Gunther this year?
From WWE side?
Well, yeah, obviously. I mean,
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, all in all, no. They made like maybe one.
but I'm just saying, your top 10 WWE matches, how many of them include Ilya or Gunther?
At least three of those out of the top 10. You know, Gunther's had a great year this year.
Yeah.
So is Ilya coming back from injury. You know,
And Ilya hasn't been around all that long. So
that's what I'm saying. He's coming back from injury too. You know, that's the crazy part.
yeah. And to Stampede's point, we were talking about the U.S. women's title. I would not mind seeing Lash and Chelsea, which I think we've seen in NXT already. But I think so. I think having it on the main roster would be even better.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
Great match. Yep.
Oh yeah.
So we are. Wait, the follow up on SmackDown. We're getting another one.
I don't know if this actually goes like that. I don't think that. I think it's just about to go triple threat or fatal 4-way. Nah, not even that. I don't know, man. I know you can put Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano in one match and they can fight it out. It'd still be cool, you know? But that would tell you either Melo's walking away or Ilya's walking away, which a lot of people want Melo to walk away with that title. That might not be a bot. That one might not be one. This right here.
We also had the reuniting of the Terror Twins. And as much as I love Rhea Ripley and I like Damian Priest and I'm a huge Aleister Black fan, this did absolutely nothing for me.
No, I liked Aleister Black. I like what Aleister Black and Priest are doing, but Priest is also battling injuries and they're trying to make him take time off and stuff like that. And it's just not gonna happen. You know, Priest is just, they got to do what they did over, and I'm going to use AEW as a reference. You know, they got to do what they did over in AEW and protect their people, you know, and that's what they're trying to do right now. And Priest doesn't want that. So he's kind of a little rusty and stuff. I mean, he's touring with freaking 80-year-old Slayer. All right. I mean, come on. You know, I mean, he was just in freaking Hershey touring with Slayer. So, but yeah, no, I like what Aleister Black.
I don't know. I just didn't like the match. I didn't like the match in general. I like Aleister and Zelina do nothing for me as a pairing. The Terror Twins getting back together really didn't do anything, and you didn't even really. You didn't advance the story because you had Rhea Ripley pin Zelina Vega. It would be different if you had one of the guys pin each other, but you let Rhea get the win. I get it. I'm a huge Rhea fan. I know she's one of the biggest stars, but it did nothing for the story. It just, I don't know.
No, I get what you're saying.
And yeah, we know Stampede. I've stayed away from spoilers the whole time, so don't throw them in here, please.
Yeah, don't throw them in here, please.
You can let us know what matches are happening. Don't give spoilers on who wins. So, but yes, I agree. It was horrendous. I hated it. I'm glad to see Zelina and Rhea are both okay after that crazy spot. I don't know, man. Maybe I'm the problem.
No. You guys are good. No, that's definitely me.
And we appreciate that.
Good. Thank you.
And anybody that does put spoilers in here, whether you're a bot or not, you're going to get kicked out. I don't know how to do that on YouTube, so I can only threaten it, but there you go.
You got to get him on.
I'm going to shake my finger at you.
Get off my stoop.
Moving on to Monday Night Raw, we had a women's championship match. Raquel Rodriguez versus Stephanie Vaquer. And lo and behold, it ends in a no contest. Thanks to Nikki Bella.
It was a great match. It was a great match.
It was. It was. But I'm just, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just.
It's Nikki Bella, man. It's Nikki Bella. I understand what you're saying.
I'm so tired of WWE doing this in general.
Yeah.
Let us have a match and let somebody get attacked after the match.
Thank you. Look, this match was doing something great for
just
Raquel.
fun, man.
This was doing good things for Raquel in this match. I don't understand why Nikki has to get involved. All right. And you attacked the wrong person. Okay. If you wanted Raquel to be in the triple threat at Netflix coming up in January, you know, the 1 year, the anniversary, then you have her attack Raquel, not freaking Stephanie. Raquel set it up. Nikki has screwed this up. Nikki has screwed this whole thing up, in my opinion. But, you know, that's just, you know, the legends could be like, yeah, whatever, man.
Yeah, I don't know. Give me a finish. I'm tired of all the shenanigans. I mean, it makes sense. If the Vision's involved, yes, it makes sense. If the Judgment Day is involved, yes, it makes sense. If the MFTs are involved, yes, it makes sense. But every single match doesn't have to have somebody come in and do that shit. And I'm just, it's getting tired.
Exactly. But, you know, one thing that didn't get tiring is I don't think we got to run it back. All right. I don't think Hershey got to run it back. All right. I don't remember if we ran it back or not in Hershey. But this was actually a decent match for what they do. You know, I've seen a hell of a lot better between these four men. We've all seen a hell of a lot better between these four men. This match, though, was one of those I could have got this on a dark match and been happy with it. Yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't a bad match, though. I mean,
No.
I don't know that you could put these four in the ring and have a bad match.
No, terrible.
No, it wasn't one of the classics. It wasn't one of the classics. But at least you got to finish. To my earlier point, you did have Grayson Waller interfere, but again, makes sense. He's running around with the New Day, gets kicked out, and I'm okay with that part. And then you had a real finish. So I'm glad the Usos are back together as a tag team. I like them better as a tag team. I think they're both infinitely better as a tag team. I've always loved the New Day, and they're two of the best WWE tag teams ever. So, yeah, give me that. I mean, and if they're building to something else, it's okay not to have one of your great matches if you're going to bring it a little bit further.
I said the same, Stampede, I said the same thing to my wife in Hershey. You know, like when we were watching this and everything, I said the same thing. I was like, it's kind of funny. He said it's going to be a new era, and I'm getting copy and paste from fucking 12 years ago. You know? But I also don't think the Usos are going to actually stick together. All right. I don't see that happening. And
they need to, because I don't need either one of them as singles again.
Well, they keep coming out with the Jey Uso bull crap. You know, if they're gonna come out as a tag team, come out in the Usos theme. Let them come out with that. Not just bull crap.
Yeah, but they still want the kids to eat. So
this is why
they still want kids eating.
This is why AEW is winning.
Are they though?
Have you not seen Sports Illustrated? All right, they are even saying it. All right, I'm pretty sure ESPN's next. Okay,
that's pretty good. Speaking of Sports Illustrated, I'm sure they probably thought this match was incredible. Well, I mentioned earlier when we were talking about the U.S. title, we had the IC title for the women on the line. Maxine Dupree against Ivy Nile. In Sped said it, or Stampede said it just a minute ago, in his match of the night.
Yes. No reason
you agree?
For this match to be 100% the best damn thing they produced of the night. All right. Two women that we all were like, with. All right. I knew Ivy was badass. Everybody knows Ivy's badass, but she just hasn't shown it. And then these two get together and they work magic. Right? When you get chemistry like this and it's together like that and they can just dance and everybody knows which way you're going to move. It's like doing the salsa with another person. You know what I'm saying? You get the tango going on. These women were perfect. All right. They were in sync. They were in rhythm. It was beautiful to watch. And I was like, yo, give me more of this. Look, my wife became a fan of Maxine Dupree. I'm a big fan. I love her. All right. I'll tell you right now. I like Ivy Nile. She got rid of the cornrows. Finally, let her hair down. She's actually a beautiful woman without the cornrows and everything. I'll just say it right now. All right. She was phenomenal in that match. This is set. This is just, you're right. The IC title, you said it earlier, is in good hands right now. The United States Championship, the women's side, needs to catch up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm loving it. I'm excited to see where Maxine takes this.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it ends with a match with the low-key legend Natty.
Yes.
So hopefully that's where this is going, because obviously Becky Lynch is going on her boycott tour because of how she lost, whatever. I'm glad they're doing that to write her off TV to let someone else get a little spotlight instead of just going back and forth with Becky like they've done a lot of times in the past. This is something different. It's something fresh, and I like it. And the whole Maxine used to be the comedy act, and now she's actually showing that she's got some fire. She's got some freaking cool moves. That dragon sleeper reversal into the like
nice.
Fold up her Karana. I don't even know what you call it. I mean,
that shit was nice.
Freaking Matrix Hurricanrana, whatever. That was freaking nice. I mean, just she's gotten so much infinitely better, and she's going to get so much infinitely better the more she's doing this. And the sky's the limit. When she starts facing people like Roxanne, and not that Ivy Nile's not great, but when she gets up to the Roxannes, the Livs, and all that, that's going to be even better.
I was going to ask you this. You know, Chad Gable is reported to come back in February March timeframe, right? He comes back. Natty's the champion. Okay. Natty's the champion. All right. And she's trying to get her title back, but Natty's making it hell for her. Natty was like, I've been toying with you this whole time, even in the dungeon. And then she's like, I need Olympic help, you know? And then she learns the Olympic side, and then her game evolves even more. You know, the academy gets back together, and it's not just, you know, Tozawa and Otis. Right? You get Tozawa, Otis, Maxine, the Creeds, and Ivy, right? And that
which I was going to bring this up too. A very interesting point is when they announced Ivy Nile, they announced her of American Made. So it's not like they're letting that group go.
No,
we may not have seen them, but they're still there because they mentioned Ivy Nile of American Made when they did her introduction.
Yeah.
So I don't know that I would see Maxine go back in there. Maybe she would go to maybe like a Tavion Heights or something like that when they want to bring him up as a coach or something like as a coach figure, because he's got the Olympic wrestling as well.
She can go down,
and he's one of the ones at NXT. Yeah, she can go down there to Tyra May Steele.
That's what it is.
Because she's the Olympic wrestler. I mean, there are other ways you can get the Olympic side of it in there.
Exactly.
I don't know that she goes back to Chad Gable just because of the storyline that they've had in the past.
Yeah. It does need some restructuring, but they're going to come back when Gable comes back. You know, that's how I look at. I see it happening that way, and I see them doing great things with American Made coming up soon. But look, right now, let's enjoy the ride with Maxine Dupree as our women's Intercontinental Champion, because she's growing right in front of our eyes.
Yeah, 100%. Which brings us to our main event of Monday Night Raw. Logan Paul takes on Rey Mysterio, and we finally get the reveal of the masked man, and it is none other than Austin Theory. What'd you think about it?
You meant Daniel Garcia?
Or Channing Tatum, there's about 10 different people you could say that has the little facial hair and
this wasn't like everybody and their grandmother, everybody heard she was like, oh, you know, they were chanting Austin Theory. Don't get it twisted. We were chanting Austin Theory, but we all knew who it was. Everybody who's seen Austin Theory, who has been watching Austin Theory, who's seen his promos, who's seen the vignettes, we all know he knows how to do the curb stomp better than Seth Rollins. All right, he did it all throughout the Indies. Listen, this kid is
pump the brakes on better.
Hey, listen. If anybody here is going to be on the Heyman train, it's me. All right, it's gonna be me.
Yeah,
But
but let's pump the brakes on better than Rollins.
what do you
Let's
mean? He had that perfectly. Look how he's behind his head. He didn't even have to. I don't even think Rey Mysterio hit the mat. You know. But no. Yeah.
And I said earlier, because yes, everybody knew it was Austin Theory. And I said from the beginning that it would have made more sense to just reveal it the first night he came out at War Games, because I think the pop would have been bigger.
Hell of a lot bigger.
Except for the fact that we all know that there was another person in the mask the second time. What happens if they put Austin Theory in a match with Rey Mysterio to get his revenge on curb stomping him? And in that match, another masked man comes out and it's revealed to be Montez Ford.
I said that on Good Morning IWC to Mike Norton, and we were talking about it, right? No, that was behind the scenes. I'm sorry, behind the scenes. Me and him were talking about it because I was saying that to him. Because we had to get together and we had to get the slides and everything done. And he said, "You think there's a second one?" I was like, "Yeah, there's a second one. Why would they tease two? You know, like why would they tease two of them? You know, oh, we're just trying to play you guys. No, you weren't. We know who was behind both masks right away. You know, you're not trying to play us. You're just trying to hide it. Let's do it a different way. There's another masked man, and that's what I think. There's probably one more. But this right here works better than what they did with Los Americanos, because this right here fits Paul Heyman's narrative of the Vision, you know?
Yeah, and I guess the main difference between them and Los Americanos is we get to find out who they actually are. There's not necessarily a reveal for Los Americanos, but they did have the yes, we're going to give them separate names. So it is similar, but having the reveal, especially if the reason I bring up bringing a second person is that's the only reason you don't make the reveal on War Games. That's the only reason you don't do that, because you want to have the second person come in. You want to have the confusion in the audience, and then now you want to have the second person do it as well. I think it makes it more interesting.
It'd be awesome if it's Ford, though. If it's Tez, come on. That'd be great.
Oh, yeah. I'd be for that 100%.
NXT was wild.
Yep. Speaking of NXT, man, I tell you what.
The pushing Sinclair.
I am a huge fan of Sinclair and Gray. I'm a huge fan of Ren Sinclair anyway, period.
Yeah. Yep.
And ever since Kendall Gray came up, I am a huge fan. And I was very torn in this match because I'm also a big fan of Laney Reed.
Yeah.
So getting to see all these women shine is great, but knowing that one of them are going to kind of get knocked down a little bit kind of sucked.
Yeah.
But again, great match, good showcase. I'm interested in JC Jane and Kendall Gray more than I thought I would be when Kendall Gray first won the Iron Survivor. So good on NXT for building that and getting my interest peaked. So yeah, I mean, good job.
Yeah, no, I like what they're doing with Gray. I love Sinclair, but you know, I'm a big fan of Fatal Influence. Fallon, love her. You know, that's my girl. But you know, we can move on to the next slide because this is the biggest one of the night. And you're right, Stampede. It's the botch of the year, in my opinion. Yeah, this takes number one right off the bat. Yeah, NXT is really good. Papa Mac, you should watch it. It's on CW. Really good. The women are phenomenal. And that's why we talked a lot about women's matches on NXT, because they are phenomenal. But sometimes phenomenal doesn't always happen. And that's where this comes in, because we had a big botch where it looked like Thea Hale does her move, you know, the coffin drop. That's what I call it. And she hit high. She hit high and stayed high on the pin. So there's no way for Blake to roll her shoulder up. I know there was major confusion, and I'm going to say this real fast. I understand there's reporters out there, but when you're putting sources, okay, on something that's blatantly obvious, it makes you look like a kindergarten. All right, like you're in kindergarten. All right. There's no reason for you to come out and be like, sources say that this was not supposed to happen. No bloody shit. Okay.
Yeah.
When Diaz Hill, when her music didn't start playing right away, and Diaz looking around like, what just happened? Blake's looking around like, what just happened? Referee's like, I did count to 3. We all knew that wasn't supposed to happen. All right. We all knew that. You know, and we don't
it's pretty
need
blatant.
source. Yeah, that just made you look like a moron. All right. You look like a Neanderthal. This is why I don't respect those type of reporters, you know, because come on, you're just clickbaiting at this point, you know? And people,
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. The interesting part of that is the reports. I guess we're going to go down this path. The NXT is apparently changing like backstage rules because of this, because apparently other talent had already left that had stuff. Like apparently this whole thing, depending on which report you read, has changed creative for multiple people.
Yeah.
Like a good number of people. And then there was no way to get together and kind of figure out where to go because some of those people had left. So apparently they're changing policies and all kinds of stuff just because of this. So that's fairly interesting.
Yeah, well,
but congratulations to Thea Hill. You know, above all of this, the emotion that she had, especially since it was a surprise.
Yes.
I mean, that reaction of her in the middle of the ring, bawling and just so happy and proud is 100% raw.
Oh yeah, and that's what it was unscripted. I loved every second of that. But what I was gonna say was this she's the first since Chase U to get it, right? Nobody else, no, not even a guy who can't even spell his name right when he's kicking people, all right, has gotten a title like that. All right, not even the guy who got kicked out, you know, and beat the dude who can't even spell his name right, won a title like that. So yeah. And the other dude, Duke, he's not even there anymore.
Are you done hating on Chase U now?
No, never. Chase U.
Which brings us to the main event there. We had the 4-way for the number 1 contendership of Oba Femi at New Year's Evil. It was Joe Hendry, Dion Lennox, Leon Slater, and your boy Javon Evans in which I thought was a freaking amazing match.
Miles Bourne.
Miles Bourne. Miles Bourne. That's right. Yeah. That's right. It wasn't Javon Evans. Javon Evans had other stuff. My bad.
Yep.
But yeah, Miles Bourne, and again, doesn't take away from the fact that it was an incredible match. I enjoyed every second of it. It showcased all 4 men, but ultimately getting the victory is the X Division champion, Leon Slater.
Yeah.
Were you surprised? Do you agree with the decision? What'd you think?
Oh, I 100% agree with the decision. We were talking about, and Stampede probably knows about this. You know about this. WXW. I know you were talking about it with Mike from Kicking At It too. I was in that stream. But we were talking, me and Mob Miz from Good Morning IWC was talking about this. WXW was pissed. And they were really kind of mad. Not pissed. I want to say mad, not pissed. About how you know, they wanted Leon Slater for their show, but they didn't get it because WWE kind of undercut them and never told them about it, right? They were kind of surprised that they found out about it, you know. But I think Leon's playing ball. Leon's playing ball in a way that is making him look good. He's looking good for TNA. He's looking good for himself. And that's good in general. All right. If you look good for yourself and the company that you're a champion for, you're looking good for WWE as well. They're loving this kid. They like the young OG. They like the youngest in charge. You know, these 2 kids are on that pillar. Like we talk about the pillars of AEW, right? Well, the pillars of WWE is there, but this guy right here is like that statue. He's going to be something in WWE. We all know he's going to go. We all know this is just him getting buttered up like Joe Hendry was before he gets into the main show. I don't think he beats Oba. No, I still think it's Tony D. I don't think he beats Oba, but he's going to look really, really good against Oba at New Year's Evil.
Yeah. I'm with you. I think it'll be a good match. I agree with you. I don't think he'll beat Oba, just because, again, nobody should beat Oba ever.
Except for Tony.
So, yeah, nobody should beat Oba ever. That's fine. Tony's the closest, but nobody should beat Oba ever.
Yeah.
But yeah, it'll be a good match. I'm glad to see it. And yeah, just a good showcase. Interesting to see, though, Ethan calling out Tony. So it looks like Tony's got a little bit to do before he goes back to Oba, because Ethan Page started calling him out too. So we'll see. We'll have to see where that goes.
Real quick, Stampede.
And don't speed past the fact that we got Moose on NXT.
Yes, they're going after the North American Championship. Real quick though, Stampede, to talk about that. There's rumors going around that since TKO is talking about merging instead of being a partner to TNA, they're actually talking about merging TNA into, everything, because they're part of Endeavor, boom, boom. They're talking about merging it, right? And if that's the case, then it becomes like the minor leagues to WWE, which means WWE could pick up the contract and keep their contract at TNA level and pay them until their contract's done. So they could go to NXT or like what they're doing now, but be more slated to WWE instead of being able to go out to WXW or wherever. You have to talk to WWE first, or TKO first, that type of deal. That'd be crazy.
Yeah,
though.
and the one thing I'll say though is you brought up the MXM side of it. I wish that there would be something in the contract from TNA, WWE, whoever, that if you're booked for this show and your company pulls you, now it's not if you're an indie guy and you're about to go to WWE and you have to stop your bookings at that point so you don't get hurt before you go to WWE. I get that part, but like in this instance, when they pulled Leon Slater from MX or WXW, what I forget, they should have provided someone else.
Yep.
Off the TNA roster. Obviously you're not going to get the X Division champion, but you could have given, Trey Miguel, you could have given Zach Wentz, you could have given anybody else there in their place. Not only does it give a payday to that person, you still get a TNA talent on your show for MXM, and it keeps goodwill.
Yeah.
There should be something in the contract that, even if AEW does it, like if AEW pulls a guy because, hey, we need him for the show this night. I know he was supposed to be on your show. We apologize. Here is this talent.
Yeah.
That's not going to be on the show, and they're gonna take their place. So something needs to be in there that compensates the indie promotion when they lose people like that.
No, I feel what you're saying.
Because a lot of those indies put everything they have into their guest stars that coming in and being that show.
Yep.
So, anything else from NXT that you can think of?
No, besides Moose coming in, doing his thing, telling what was it?
I really like the swerve that they did too. I mean, they kind of telegraphed it when he's sitting there just staring at Stacks, talking to Stacks, and he goes, "But you're lucky because right now I'm focused on Ethan Page." It was funny. I kind of knew it was coming.
That international title that they have, I love it. I love that blue strap. Oh my God. I love that blue strap. All right. That's a beautiful title. TNA knows how to make a belt beautiful. I want the X Division title. I love that title. But yeah, no, that's all I could think about. But we did have a wild night, and it just goes right into this in AEW. All right. I love European. I love the UK and their crowd. They don't give a damn. All right. FTR had a great match with Bang Bang Gang. I had to put, it was too many great matches for me not to do this. I know how you say you don't like this. I'm sorry. There's too many good things for a 3-hour show that I just couldn't do that. I had to open it up like this, because we got Okada and Kenny Omega face to face again. We got the return of MJF and cashing in the damn briefcase, making it a fatal 4-way match at what is it, World's End? I want to say that, right?
Yeah, World's End.
World's End. Listen, I love how he said the reason why I'm doing this is so I could beat you, Hangman, and your two rivals at the same time. I was like, yep. That was a fire fire. That was fire. All right, that was just straight up
Yeah,
banger promo right
that
there.
promo may have been one of the best promos he's ever cut.
Oh, easy, because he knew. I love
Which
the fact
is
that
not
he
saying
knew
anything,
bad against him
which is crazy because the man puts fire promos out every time.
all the time. But what I was gonna say was, I like how he utilized that "you can't touch me" clause. You know, because he
Yeah.
says "shut up" to Samoa Joe, and Joe's like, "Really, motherfucker?" You know, like really. You know, oh my god, dude, there was so much stuff going on. That's why I had to do it like this.
Yes.
So many insane things going on last night. It was amazing. I mean, you had Jamie Hayter doing her thing. Like I said, we had Okada. We had Kenny Omega taking on Takesha. Okay, those two squared off in the ring. Look, Sped was like, "Yay!" All right, I was like a little kid, the whole time. So look, I was in. That's why I opened up with this. Carol, I had put FTR in here because they had oh my gosh, she made a cookie for me. But yeah, I had to put FTR in here because they're the champs. They had a really good match against the Bang Bang Gang, and they really went after Juice Robinson's leg the way I thought they should too.
Shout out to Carol, the biggest FTR fans, biggest audience. So we appreciate you. I mean, just overall a great episode of Dynamite. I did not get to watch all of the Casino Gauntlet, which from what I saw was amazing. I did see who won. The fact that we're getting, that match coming up is crazy. And this may just be me being stupid. The main event of World's End. Could you possibly look at that and see it's maybe the biggest match in AEW history?
Right now, yes. You can say that. Right now? Oh, yeah.
I mean, four of your biggest stars on that stage for that title. I honestly think that's right. It's the biggest match in AEW history.
But that wasn't an insult, Stan P. That wasn't an insult to Top Dollar. That's a recognition right there.
I audibly laughed out loud when he said that.
I freaking died when he said that. I cried when he said that. And then when he said the freaking Swerve, calling him Diddy.
Yeah.
I was like, oh damn.
Oh yeah.
Like he probably got slapped backstage. I was like, oh god, that's messed up. You're gonna get fucked up for that one. Oh my god. I just so many things that went down on this Dynamite or this episode.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of, I mean, talk about incredible matches. I just talked about what may be the biggest match in AEW history. You've got, this Continental Classic has been freaking crazy.
I fucking love it. Give me more of this because I fucking love it.
Hell yeah.
This match right here, my wife was like, who are these guys? She goes, oh, wait, I know that guy right there, Kyle Fletcher, right? She's talking about the, pink. She's like, he wears the pink. I like him. She goes, who is that big son of a bitch? I was like, that's the bastard, all right? And you put some respect on his name. His name is Pac.
Which that may be the first time that Pac has ever been described as that big son of a bitch. He's come a long way from Adrian Neville. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, exactly. And like, she goes, he looks psychotic. I was like, he's supposed to. All right, this guy's a bad. When he did the, what is it called, the Black Arrow? When he did that, she goes, "Is he an alien?" I was like, "Oh my god," because she don't really watch AEW. She don't watch AEW.
He was a superhero in WWE, so.
Well, she said, like AEW is not her thing because the extreme level of it. She don't like that. She don't like the forks getting stabbed in people's heads. She don't like any of that. She don't like any of that. But she does like pure wrestling like this. She like
that may be the best description of him right there. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I mean that
you're
mini
good.
Braun Strowman may be the best thing.
That's perfect right there. I love that. But yeah, she called him a big son of a bitch. She's like, who's that big son of a bitch? And she was like, man, this dude's fast. This dude.
Calling him a big son of a bitch is exactly the point. He is the little Braun Strowman because he's a big son of a bitch too.
Yeah, I know. Oh my god, hard to believe.
That's what I'm saying. He was a literal superhero in WWE.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So
They tried doing
yeah,
that.
I mean that was crazy. And oddly enough, this match was 10 times better than the other match we had. And it wasn't a bad match. Moxley and Roddy was okay, but man,
I just put it
Pac and Fletcher stole the freaking show.
all day, every day. Only reason why this is last is because of the gold and blue. That's the updated right now. As of right now, as of today from AEW.com, that's an updated list right there. And as you can see, Okada, Bailey, and Fletcher are all right. I mean, Pac right there. That gold side is freaking phenomenal. And if you look over on the blue side, I can't really see all the numbers because the chat's right there, but that's fine. You can see it. I mean, you got Moxley with 6. You got Cassidy with 6. I mean, we just saw Strong. He got eliminated. I think he's the first one to be eliminated as well. I mean, Takesha and freaking Cassione tied. All right. They tied on Collision last Saturday. Fan-fucking-tastic match. It was around 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock when they did it. Fan-freaking-tastic match. That match, oh my God. I can talk about that match all night. But you don't know who's going to win this. We all think Takesha is going to go over there. We all think it's going to be Okada versus Takesha. We all think that's how it's going to be. But what if Pac somehow beats Okada? What if Takesha can't get past Claudio? You know, there's a lot of questions on both sides of the realm here. You know, and that's what I like about this tournament, because you don't know who truly is going to come out on top. You know?
But it's interesting, though, that even with all this, even with everything we've talked about the Continental Classic, it seems to be coming down to the Death Riders and the Don Callis family.
Yes, yeah.
And you're going to get the implosion of one of them, or if not two of them.
Listen, you are 100% right, Stampede. That promo Jon Moxley cut at the end, backstage, you can pull that back up if you want in the chat. That was gold. He was like, you know, I lost what he was 0-2 to start off, and yet he's got 6 points. He's up there. You know, he's behind Claudio. He's right behind Takesha. He started off not too good, but he grinds, he fights, he beats him up, and he does his thing. And that's what I liked about it. And then he got this other promo from Strong, like, I'm going to sit here and talk about how, you know, I right my wrongs and, you know, all this stuff is coming in. Like, dude, shut up, Meg. I get it. You're lost now. Okay. Your buddy may not come back. All right. Your one boy is doing so good that he doesn't even need you no more. All right. Kyle O'Reilly, if anybody's asking, you know, so, but I'm loving this Continental Classic. We're going to talk more about it on Good Morning IWC, more about the Continental Classic. But this right here, I am enjoying the Continental Classic from top to bottom, everything about it. And I know WWE is always they're like the Romans, all right? If anybody knows history like I do, the Romans always stole from other people, but then they made it better, right? Well, AEW, they stole this from the G1, you know, and then call it the C2. I actually like calling it the C2 over the Continental Classic. But you know, you got these two type of tournaments. I can see WWE getting involved soon because there's a lot of money to be made in these tournaments, you know?
Yeah, but I don't know that WWE could do it with the way they run their show.
No,
but I don't know.
They could not do this in a way that would outshine the Continental Classic or the G1 at all. No way.
Yeah. So, but I agree. I'm enjoying the hell out of the Continental Classic, or the C2, whatever you want to call it. I'm enjoying the hell out of AEW, and we'll get to the next segment, which our entire audience is enjoying the hell out of. We just started it in season 2. It's where we take you around the world with Stampede's World of Wrestling, our resident wrestling encyclopedia, and gives his top 3 and a couple other things. So without further ado, take it away, Stampede.
What's up, you guys? Stampede here with your top lists from the week that just was. Kicking off, I'm going to do a top 5 list of matches from last week. There was just so many good matches, couldn't narrow it down to 3, so we're going to add a couple on. Coming in at number 5 from the Continental Classic. Last week we had Kevin Knight taking on Darby Allin. Big upset as Kevin Knight grabbed the 3 points over Darby Allin in the opening matchup in that bracket. Coming in at number 4, Claudio Castagnoli taking on Gran Guerrero down in CMLL, where Claudio Castagnoli grabbed the CMLL Heavyweight Championship. So he will be taking that championship into the C2 in his match with Jon Moxley this Wednesday. Coming in at number 3, we're going to go back over to WWE and Carmelo Hayes taking on Gunther. Just an amazing match. Gunther is one of those wrestlers who can elevate anybody that he's in the ring with. Carmelo Hayes looked incredible in this match. So this could be a really good jumping off point for him to start getting booked a little bit better. Number 2, I'm going to go back over to the Continental Classic, and we had Kyle Fletcher taking on Kazuchika Okada. What could also be considered pretty much an upset, as Kyle picked up the 3 points over the defending Continental Champion, Kazuchika Okada. And number 1, we're going to jump again, this time over to AAA, and El Grande Americano took on Vikingo. Amazing match, amazing wrestlers, great chemistry. If you haven't seen it yet, make sure you go check that out. So just a lot of great stuff going on from promotions all over the globe. Your male wrestler of the week, mentioned him earlier, Claudio Castagnoli picking up the CMLL World Heavyweight Championship. Good on him. He will do that belt proud, and he'll do the promotion proud. Your female wrestler.
So I apologize, guys. We got the wrong video on there. A little technical difficulties here. Stay tuned on the YouTube channel. We will put that video up as just a standalone video. So apologize for that. Just it happens. It's live TV. So I'm sorry. We will get the right video for everybody who loves Stampede segment. We will get this week's video up on the YouTube channel at the Run Wrestling Podcast on YouTube. Make sure you scan that QR code up there by my head. If you're watching us on Twitch, X, anywhere else, please make sure you go scan that, subscribe. That way you see all these videos up there on a weekly basis. Again, apologize for technical difficulties, but we will definitely get you Stampede's video on the channel. Moving on. Our Twitter post of the week. Take it away.
So Penta announced on his IG, Instagram, whatever you want to call it. He's out, for the AAA show that's going on. So Rey Mysterio is going to take over. So now it's going to be Rey Fenix and Rey Mysterio. You good? We good? Okay. The El Reys are going to go at it against Dom and Grande Americano.
It should be interesting. It's weird that this keeps happening, because isn't this the same thing that happened at WrestleMania, where it was supposed to be Penta and then Penta got hurt and then they substituted Rey in again?
Yeah, but Penta's been dealing with injuries already before he came in. He's already announced that he's been dealing with a torn bicep for years now, and he never got
he's been hurt.
So he's been hurt, but no. I mean, it's the Kings versus El Grande Americano and Dominic. So I think this was supposed to set up Dom versus Penta though for the Mega Campeon.
Could be. I mean, I think it'll end up being Rey and Dom. Rey Mysterio and Dom Mysterio. Battle of the Mysterios.
Now, yeah.
Yeah.
I still think this happens at WrestleMania. A lot of people think this is going to happen at at Royal Rumble or Elimination Chamber. So I still think this match happens at WrestleMania between Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio for the Mega Campeon.
Yeah.
And his mask. I think this is it for Rey. Rey's been talking about he's been wanting to step down now and be a coach for a while, and his body is shutting down. He's in his 50s, folks. Let the man retire.
100%. I don't know if I want it to happen at WrestleMania. I've always said I did, I want Rey Mysterio to retire at WrestleMania. If it's okay, I'd like for it to be a Triple Mania just for the pageantry of that. As I don't know, maybe Ray wins it at WrestleMania, wins the AAA Mega Championship, and then they go on to Triple Mania, and then that's where they have the return match, and that's where he retires. I don't know. There's so much you could do with it, but I would like to see that be at Triple Mania, just because that's their biggest show, it's their biggest title. I don't know.
Yep.
Maybe it's
no. I get that. That'd be nice. That'd be the best way to do it too.
What's up, Aaron?
Is that Triple Mania? Who's up?
I mean, they've had other AAA titles on the line at WWE. I mean, they had like the tag team championships on the line before. They've had the mixed tag champs. Now, obviously, there's WWE people that are holding it. They could. Who knows with the whole partnership?
It's Rey Mysterio, though. They definitely would do it. Dominic Mysterio, Rey Mysterio, and the Luchador world. That's got name. That's like the Guerreros, man. You got the Guerrero name. You're good in the wrestling world. Yeah.
All right. And that brings us to the run-in matchmaker. Who we got?
All right. So I got the Battle of World Champions. You got WWE's being represented by Cody Rhodes, AEW, of course, Samoa Joe, TNA, Frankie Kazarian, and New Japan Pro Wrestling, Konosuke Takeshita. This right here, to me, I felt like, we were talking about on Good Morning IWC, we were talking about how AEW probably has some of the best world champions in the world. We were talking about the list that they had. They got the Ring of Honor on the women's side. They got the Ring of Honor women's world champion in Athena. You got the AEW women's world champion in Chris Statlander. And then you got the CMML women's world champion in Mercedes Moné. Then you got the CMML world champion, in Claudio New Japan. You got the AEW, and then you also got the Ring of Honor. So we were talking about that, so I got this idea from there. So this match consists of 4 world champions from 4 different brands, okay? Cody Rhodes, Samoa Joe, Frankie Kazarian, and Konosuke Takeshita. I personally will go with Takeshita because I think he's the number 1 wrestler in the world.
Shocker.
This guy, well, listen, I think he's the number 1 wrestler in the world. I think Samoa Joe, and you guys are going to laugh at this, Samoa Joe throws Kazarian out. Like, he freaking knocks Kazarian, throws his ass completely out of the ring. Kazarian, he's a stooge anyway. He's not even a good champion. I don't know why he's on this list. It should be Mike Santana, in my opinion. If you watch Good Morning IWC episode 1, you understand what I'm talking about. But yes, Samoa Joe knocks him out, throws him out. Cody Rhodes gets, Takeshita, they've been battling out. He gets him into the crossroads position. Samoa Joe gets him into the Karakula clutch. But did I say it right? Yeah, whatever. I said Karakula. That was Shayna Baszler. Either way, he puts him in the night, puts him out. As he's putting him out, Takeshita gets back up and he, picks up. Cody's out. Joe gets picked up. Done. That's it. 1, 2, 3. Joe takes the pin, is what I'm saying for me.
Wow, over Kazarian. That's crazy talk.
Hey, listen, I just knocked Kazarian out. That's the ultimate insult. All right, you kick his ass out completely.
So, one, you're an asshole for doing this because I love Takeshita and I love Samoa Joe. So screw you. First and foremost. I'm going to go with Samoa Joe.
Nice.
Only because while yes, I think Takeshita is the best professional wrestler on the planet. Mm-hmm. I think Samoa Joe brings an extra layer of sadism.
Badass.
He brings an extra level of violence. He brings an extra level of crazy that I don't know that I've seen from Takeshita. So I think that actually trumps being the best professional wrestler because not only is Joe a very good to great professional wrestler, he's just freaking crazy.
Yes.
So I think ultimately, I think he ends up taking out Kazarian because they've got history from when he was in TNA. Yep. I think Takeshita ends up taking out Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
I'm sure they probably had some run-ins when he was in New Japan and everything like that. When he was doing his run over there, I'm sure they probably ran into each other. They've probably got some history somewhere. So I think those two take each other out, and it ends up just being a straight-up slugfest, incredible match between Samoa Joe and Konosuke Takeshita. And Joe just ends up snapping.
Yep.
And puts him in the coquina clutch and just holds it until the guy passes out.
Yep. Night.
Gets the win.
Night. Nah, I like that. That's a good one. Now, I know New Japan, they're in great hands. I saw a report, and we're gonna this is my final word anyway. So I saw a report, and we're gonna talk more about it on Good Morning IWC on Sunday, 8 o'clock right here on Twitch, 8 o'clock in the morning right here on Twitch. I'm gonna probably talk to Mob Miz about doing it at 10, but that depends on him. He likes to do things in the morning. But yeah, no, I think it's Yushi. He's the what was the Intercontinental Championship? I think he's a global. I can't remember what the title is now. He wants more money for New Japan. He feels like 100 million yen is not too much to ask for. He looks at it as people are. You can put the thing back as not TC. Stampede's about to come in with his name. I could tell. I could feel it. But yeah, he's talking about how, money needs to be added into New Japan because people are leaving New Japan to go get that money in the Western, over here in the United States. AEW's paying, WWE's paying, TNA's paying. So he feels like if Japan is truly number one, why aren't they getting paid like number one? Because there's guys out there that can't have to go work another job while wrestling for New Japan. You know what I'm saying? So, tune in Sunday, 8 o'clock in the morning, or even after that. Don't matter. Watch it on video on demand. Show the love like that. And also, download the game that we have. We're Yahtzee with Buddies. Download that game. The link has been in this chat. It's going to come up again here in a minute. Download that game. It supports this channel very much. Try to get to level 40 by the end of next month. And thank you guys for tuning in, for real.
All right, and that brings us to the final word with Big Mike. And the final words today are just going to be shout-outs. We talked about some of our friends. I'll rename a lot of them. Make sure you guys check out their podcast. Sped mentioned Good Morning IWC with him and Mike Norton, my Miz. He's got the 1,000,000 Point Challenge coming up. Stay tuned for that. You've seen Lady Alpha in the chat. She's with the Wrestling Divas podcast every Tuesday, 6 Eastern, 5 Central. You've got Kicking At It 2 as part of Gimmick Table Media, which is a sponsor of the show. Check them out every Tuesday night, 9, 8 Central there for Kicking At It 2. Move over to Wednesday. You've got Randy in the chat. How about them Effin' Dogs podcast? Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern. You've got Herb and Raj, which is at 8 p.m. Wednesdays. And then also on Saturday nights, they do Unhinged. They'll actually be live tomorrow night at the second half of the Alabama-Oklahoma game. Make sure you guys go check them out. Randy's also got a Thursday show, The Powers Hour. Kicking Out At 2 has a Thursday show where they stream over on Twitch. They'll stream Fortnite. They'll stream GM mode for WWE. So much going on. You've got the Raw and SmackDown Aftermath with Lady Alpha. After every Raw, every SmackDown, Monday nights on Raw, it is Lady Alpha and Michael Llewellyn from Kicking At It 2. Every Friday night, it is Lady Alpha and myself over for SmackDown. Make sure you subscribe to our channel at _Big Mike 27 or the Run In Wrestling podcast over on YouTube. You can scan that QR code up there by my head. If you are not watching us on YouTube right now, if you're on Twitch, X, Kick, Facebook, anywhere you may be watching it, scan that QR code up by my head. Make sure you go give us a subscribe. Follow us on Twitch, SB3DROCK over on Twitch. We have a 30-minute behind the scenes right before this show goes live. So this show goes live 6 o'clock Central Time. We have behind the scenes at 5:30 where we talk about everything but wrestling. It's a lot of fun. Make sure you guys check us out there. And again, just thank you guys. There's going to be some programming notes coming on because next Thursday is Christmas. So we will be a little different schedule over the next couple of weeks due to the holidays. So make sure you stay tuned to my X at _Big Mike 27, Speds X, SB3DROCK for any updates on any programming notes or anything like that. And man, just thank you guys. We're about to come up on running awards. We're about to come in on Rumble, WrestleMania season. Tons of content coming out over the next few months. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you like the video. Hit the bell for all the notifications so you know whenever we go live, whenever we put out new videos on the channel. And just thank you guys so much for rocking with us all year. Hopefully 2026 will be even bigger than 2025 was. And thank you so much. And just enjoy wrestling, everybody.